Hello, I'm Elisa Ferriggi from Autism.co.uk, and this week's topic is resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from difficulties and challenges and mistakes. Children are exposed to these every day, this opportunity to work on this, and for some children it can be hugely frustrating and really difficult to overcome when they make mistakes and they're faced with challenges and difficulties. And many of them tend to give up quite quickly and not want to try again. And for parents it's largely concerning because they feel stuck and don't know how to help their child, and obviously it's not nice to see your child in that kind of position. So let's think about why it's important that we work on the resilience. Well, first of all, it would actually ease a lot of that discomfort both for parent and child. And also we face it every single day, and usually more than once. Usually there's multiple times every day that we face it. Even as adults, we need to be resilient, and it helps us to develop a good sense of competence. Also, when we're resilient, we're able to avoid patterns of stress and giving up and frustration. So obviously, immediately when you're not having those sorts of patterns in your life, then you're going to feel much happier. It's also really important that we can learn from our mistakes so that we can shape to be a better person and improve our quality of life. If you can imagine a person who doesn't have very high resilience and is always feeling like a failure, always giving up, then that's going to be very difficult for them every day. And also it's going to eventually take an impact on their quality of life, and that's something that we don't want to affect negatively. Now, interestingly, there's also something that I've noticed recently in the last couple of months, it being even more apparent and also maybe having an even bigger effect, and that's actually looking at parents' resilience. So this is just as important. So many times I'm working with parents, and what they do is they plan an interaction, they plan an activity, they're ready for it, they're all geared up to do it, they've prepared everything they need, they try the activity, and for whatever reason, maybe something doesn't go as well as planned, or things just they hit more challenges and things become a bit more difficult. What tends to happen, and this isn't for everybody, but what tends to happen for some people is that they feel quite affected by that and feel like a failure as a parent and during that interaction. And obviously that's not a very helpful thought. So that's something we need to address, and through reflections and looking at what went well and what didn't go so well will help you learn from your mistakes or challenges that you face during those interactions. And it's really important that you give it another go and try again, because obviously we want to build your competence as well. So I've got a couple of tips for you. The first one is thinking about yourself. So obviously if you're noticing that you're feeling defeated, or that things are becoming too difficult for you during your interactions, catch yourself. Make sure that you don't start getting into a pattern of feeling like a failure and feeling that you can't try again. So catch yourself, reflect on your interactions, learn from your mistakes and your challenges, and have another go. It's really important that you try again and end on a positive note for yourself, so you've got a positive episodic memory from your interaction and as a parent. That is really important. The second thing to think about is how you're going to support your child to try again. So often your child might want, if they've got low resilience, they might want to be giving up, they might be throwing a tantrum and a strop and walking off and not actually wanting to continue or try again. Don't give up with them, don't allow that to be okay. You will be able to guide them and help them actually come back again and try it again and feel more successful. And then thirdly, think about when you do that, always point out in your interactions, if you've got a child that tends to have quite low resilience and gets frustrated really easily, always point out the benefits of trying and put a bigger emphasis on the effort rather than the actual success of the interaction. So whenever you can see they're really putting in a big effort, emphasize that, point that out to them, let them know that that's the most important thing. It's not about the end result and the winning of games as well. So there's your little tips for this week. I hope it's given you something to think about. I would like you to have a go with those tips and assignments, and if you can, let me know how you're getting on with them. That would be fantastic. So you can share your thoughts, your observations, and anything that you've tried on the Facebook page, or you can contact me directly at elisa@thinkautism.co.uk. Okay, I hope you all have a great week.